speaking of exercising power, well, today we're here to talk about something that's really become very prevalent throughout the upper echelons of our society, and that is imposing woke ideology on the economy, usually by some of the biggest economic actors that we have in our country, whether it's Wall Street banks, whether it's major asset managers, whether it's big tech companies. And what you've seen is you've seen a rise of something called ESG, environment, social governance, where they will grade different companies based on how they're performing on those metrics, and then even using that when they're managing pension funds for people. I mean, we've got retired teachers, law enforcement that rely on these pension funds, and they're putting in all these other criteria rather than just what's the best investment. You've also seen companies flex their muscle in a variety of ways, in ways that are more political. So we're going to talk about a couple of things we're going to be doing, but this is an important issue because it raises the question of, who governs society? Do we govern ourselves through our Constitution and through our elections, or do we have these masters of the universe occupying these commanding heights of society? Are they able to use their economic power to impose policies on the country that they could not do so at the ballot box? And that's really what you're seeing with all this. And for every master of the universe who's prattling on about no emissions and all this stuff, I don't see very many of them giving up their private jets. They're living their own life, and they want the burden of their policies to fall on working class Americans. And so whether it's something that when you fill up your gas tank, and what kind of energy policy does this country have? I think we should be energy independent in the United States. I think we should utilize our own resources here in the United States. Well, I think a woke capital and the ESG movement would say the opposite. They would say stop producing here in the United States and basically make us more dependent on foreign energy and make Americans pay a lot more, not only at the pump with their utility bills and everything else. So that's wrong. But here's the thing. If they ran on that policy, they would have a hard time winning a lot of elections on that policy, because that's not what most Americans want to see. They want to see affordable energy. They see how much it impacts their family's budget and the overall economy. You've also seen different institutions effectively collude to disfavor certain industries, like the firearms industry. You don't like that, and so you want to not allow them to, say, get financing for banks. You've seen asset managers who manage the pension funds say they are going to be doing things like, quote, stakeholder capitalism, which is taking all these political factors and injecting that into the financial system.